I know I could prepare this song a little bit more first before rolling, but I like the idea of the collab, and then also um, I tend to have pretty good luck writing songs on the spot sometimes. So I figured, huh, it's just after 9. I'm a little bit tired, but figured I'd do a quick one. And what inspired it, although as viewers come in, if they wish to contribute and kind of um, kind of go with whatever inspiration is coming to them on the theme, then they're welcome to do so. Um, but I could probably see comments coming in from there anyway. But basically, I should join some collab groups, especially locally. Perhaps that might be an idea. Oh, my favorite word today. But yeah, basically, they can kind of, and it's fine. This doesn't have to take a particular direction, but what has inspired it. I don't know if I'm tired tonight, and it's probably won't be a long one because I'm feeling heavy in some way. But basically, what inspired it is the other person who has this channel, owns the channel, um, works at a donation center. And today there was a phone donated. I'm actually waiting to find out about one. There was a few others unexpected that I came across, but wasn't entirely sure. Even though some had last names saved in it, and they didn't completely clear the phone. Many of them didn't, or some of them it was obvious that they were kind of business partners because their business email was showing. But one I'm waiting to hear back, and I did actually ask in the voicemail. It was like 4:50, so it was after work hours, but whatever. To let me know either way, I'd like that way I'm not thinking about it or whatever. So hopefully, the person whose phone it was themselves hadn't used it since 2017 for whatever reason, or that's what the date that we found, 2017, 2019. And I actually have come across her on Facebook because of the name in her email, and she hasn't used that around then. And through browsing, I haven't come across a lot. I've seen a couple of familiar names, but not really with people I knew. But through random browsing, just because I thought, hey, maybe I'm meant to. Maybe this, it's meant to be in my hands for certain reasons to make certain connections. Just trying to hear music or stuff, but it is playing. It's got to be. I just don't hear it. Anywho, basically, I did tell him, he's like, oh, okay. But so I might send it'd be better if I could try and send it to himself if he's posted recently. Otherwise, I think it was that Susan lady, as we get a viewer, watch her name be Susan, who, and this, I haven't been rolling that long, but I probably won't roll super long either. But basically, might know someone who we know that's passed away. I mean, I'm hoping that I finally found this Linda that I'm trying to reconnect with. Life went along. There's no in the viewer left a minute ago. There's no particular reason why we fell out, other than that, and that she's old and was kind of old fashioned about technology, and it was possibly we just go out then. She does have possibly 2 Facebooks though, but I don't know if I should try and get that guy to message Roberta again. I mean, I think I've asked twice. If he's not gonna do it, he's not gonna do it. But and now, like I said, brother Facebook, and she doesn't use it that much. Like it wasn't in the info contacts. A local radio station with the same first name, but the male version of it was there. But and actually, maybe that's telling me something as we give you. But yeah, basically, what I get So I'm hoping is that even though her list may not have been public, I'll come across somebody who she's in the list of, whose list is public, maybe that kind of thing. Anyway, this will probably just be the first part of this song because I don't have a lot of ideas, and we've had two people here in under 6 minutes who have not stayed for whatever reason. I don't know if they're having a technical difficulty or connectivity difficulty, or we're just scrolling past and that's all they were doing. But either way, hey, Zach, just kidding. Maybe. But yeah, so making it up on the spot because I don't know. The idea came to me. Who will I see? Who will? Draw the side. Keep it wanting to same chords, just different rhythm, make connections. G and rekindle fire that could still be burning. Hearts that could still be yearning. So we have someone that just not to single you out. It doesn't say your name, but you're welcome to put a comment. We have somebody that you left. You're like, I don't know, and like when I'm suggesting it, I'm not saying like you have to. I'm not making it. It'd be great if you did, of course, but you know, I don't know. I understand. But even though I didn't know if I had anything other than the title Serendipitous Meant to Be, which is a very unique title. Please don't steal it. Come up with your own adaptation of it, okay? Even though I'm about collabing, you know, it's doing it together. But yeah, basically doing it together. While I'm doing this, I don't know whether I want to do this on Facebook or on the CALLA. I mean, on the or on here. I mean, I know I'm rolling here now, but I can always post this on Facebook. I don't know if I want to do it. I don't know if I need to do it. I wrote it. I've got a copy of a eulogy. I don't know if I need to do anything else with it at the moment. You know, I know I mentioned something about sharing a legacy, and we've been open to hearing it. But after our appointment, or even though we'd had a bit of extra time after we did the main stuff, we had something for a few seconds. I really didn't have energy to do much else. It wasn't like we did a lot of it, no, but we talked about kind of my thinking around it, and not knowing where to start, that everything was neatly stacked, you know, already pretty much. I think you should take another look at those cards because I think he said they're the ones that aren't worth anything. Well, then would they add up? And if he doesn't want them, you know. Anywho, it'd be easier than going and bringing down boxes in the attic and guessing. I'd rather sell the cheap ones that he feels aren't worth as much than part of me would. Anyway, basically, I'm just thinking out loud. But you could play that song, but honestly, I don't have a lot of energy. But yeah, basically, it's probably good to have a variety of shorter and longer videos on this channel because some people will want to watch or be okay watching longer ones, and some people would rather not. Of course, nothing's stopping people from watching it in sections or just watching some, you know. But the fibro's quite bad tonight. I don't know if it's because it's warming up, but normally you'd think you'd be in the cold. I don't know. Maybe it's diabetes. I don't know. I haven't heard anything from my test, and I try and call, and the line doesn't ring through. So and that was like upon opening. Um, but yeah, so basically, the initial theme, like I say, was coming across this donated phone and wondering what it might tell us. Because yeah, their contacts were still in there. Their email had been somehow canceled on that device. Well, no, there was a few like they started up the device kind of thing. A lot of apps left on it, photos. Um, there was a couple other things that I clicked into. I can't remember at the moment. Like I say, it wasn't stolen. It was donated to a donation center that didn't open. I can't remember what at the moment, unfortunately. But there's quite a bit still showing. So I guess I'm not attached to the pictures. It did appear as if it hadn't been used since 2019. So that's like, what, 4 or 5 years ago? For whatever reason, I don't know if the person passed away and somebody was holding on to their phone for a while, or just happened to have the happened to have the and ironic, this is written as did I be that's what I ended up doing, which is not the one I did it in last time. And I don't know if I should maybe share a little bit about, yeah, but it's good to have the variety. I'll share a little bit about so I mean, I'm probably almost done browsing it, other than maybe pictures at this point. But yeah, so something in it was, and I almost didn't see it at first, but then there was a drop down, like a thing when you scroll down on the screen, and it had said, as we get here, that her full name, and then I found her, and then I found, yeah, and she didn't have public posts. It says your connection's unstable, waiting to reconnect. Yeah. Anyway, but I'll keep talking, whatever. Usually, there we go. I was gonna say usually it's quicker. Uh, but you know, including friends list. And I've noticed that some people it'll show their number at the top. Sometimes it matches underneath. Sometimes it doesn't even show any at all. But you can always look at reactions to see, right? And I was recognizing some of the names as some of the contact names, and some of them seem to know each other. So, like I say, making, connections, being curious. Some people might be related to people I know that I've lost touch with, not because we wanted to, just because it happened, for both of us. But so that's kind of initially, and heck, maybe there's a movie in it too. In fact, you know what? That's something I want to continue to start doing, is having a 30-minute mark, have double though, three, have a writing practice. Within the emails, type whatever. I don't know if I'm ever going to go back to my other project, and it was coming along quite good, but it didn't have an end scene, and I don't know. But I mean, and part of me felt a little unkosher, but there's that kind of stuff and worse out there. Like, it's not bad. But I'd rather, instead of paying $600 for some training with no guarantee of a job, I'd rather pay and get published. I just don't know the process because I've never done it before. But that's something else aside from maybe, more to this song idea. And I'm kind of getting annoyed that people, I've never seen it so much in such a short time, but there's people coming in for like, one here for a few seconds and they go, and then a little while later another one comes for a few seconds, and it's like annoying because I notice. Anywho, basically, attention to details. But yeah, I might, and even if somebody takes this idea, I'm going to do with it my unique thing, right? But yeah, it would have been so great. Might still be the case with Linda. We'll find out. But it would have been so great, and it was just a home phone, so maybe she doesn't text. But then she can call us back and hopefully leave a message if we miss her. But I mean, the weather's not great tomorrow anyway, so and I don't have a lot going on. So I mean, are you still doing that thing? Okay. I'm just gonna get something in the other room here. You all right? Oh wow, so it actually is a thing. Well, when we both turn up, we just stop it, both turn away. Okay, Mickey. So we learned something new medical recently, by the way. In case you're saying, why is that person talking a bit like a villain or whatever? Well, that was Lennon. He had a couple teeth pulled. He's older than me, and I don't know if I've had two. Well, I don't know if they're side by side, but if I've ever had two at once pulled. But I know I've had things pulled in area which have had previous work. Some just like a month or two apart from each other. But they get go out of the skin order. So and they said that if you do physical exertion too much, you can start to bleed, and that's happened. It took a while to get the bleeding to stop anyway. But we were able to try and have a nap. But yeah, so basically, I don't think I should call again. I did ask for either way, so I'll leave it in their hands to hopefully get back to me and let me know either way, whether that's with a phone call, and I left a message, so if they don't leave a message, hopefully they try again, or with a text if they do that. Although I may have did I come across Linda? And it wasn't her? Possibly. I did come across a Marcy, it wasn't her in Terry, but which is unfortunate. Like this Marcy one, not only do I have something else in common with her, but she's a comedian, and she actually openly told me back in the day when we were briefly met each other a couple times that I don't think I asked to be in a relationship with her, but she did happen to openly share that she's got a lot of problems with alcohol and not someone that I want to be connected to. I mean, a lot of people would not give you that heads up. So but it is warm up here, so warmer than usual, and I think the heat's on. So I'm not gonna do this for too much longer here. But yeah, basically, and I want to watch somebody's back. I want to put some on Facebook. But yeah, basically, I mean, there's no Bobby Joe in that phone, so that doesn't look like it's happening. But hopefully, it does in general. I don't know if I should maybe. I think I kind of trailed off, but I'm wondering. So I would like to, aside from the title, and welcome to jump back into the song idea. So I was just sitting where it was a bit more comfortable here, and you left, so you just got moving. But basically, for anybody who sees this afterwards, so I think I get where I was heading with that one idea, but we'll see. Basically, just this idea of not doing anything unkosher like stealing, but happening to come across, or maybe finding a phone and not finding the owner, whatever it is, and then things transpire based on what the person finds in the phone. And you're welcome to put ideas below from that. But yeah, basically, because now I'm just wanting to, I don't know if there's only one person in charge of this, but to let him and anybody else who'd be in charge of it know, although I almost hate to bring it up, but I'd also hate for it to get deleted, whether by them or by the funeral home, because I figure, okay, it's been, I don't know if it says when it was posted there. I almost just want to quickly check. But, if they think, okay, he's probably got it by now because it's been long enough. I don't think it's a big deal that it's there. And the hardest part is, the person that passed away that I know, she'd be fine with me having this number. However, the person who I'd have to ask, it's the mother of this person's ex. Yeah, it says when I put it there. It's the mother of this person's ex. And they just happen to all have stayed in contact. But I don't know how close. I mean, I did find out at the funeral that they dated for 2 years, but I don't know how close they were otherwise. I might put it by combine lines, which I haven't ages, but um, just needing opinion advice of this because I don't have a lot of family that I necessarily ask them this, and I mostly have acquaintances, and so therefore they're not really people that I really have conversations with that often. I've got a couple of new friends, but one of them is having some health problems, and I don't know. It's just yeah, but basically, and the other one's going through a lot. But I think she's planning to go back home soon. But basically, from where she's staying. But basically, and then things would probably be better. Although I think she's a bit mad with her. But basically, yeah, it's kind of this idea of so it's awkward. Although he may or may not know, come to think of it, that they were close, and he may or may not believe if I said that she'd want me to have the number. All I know, and as you're here, feel free to weigh in. All I know is that when I'd asked the sister if, first of all, I didn't know who had the phone. I said, I guess you have her phone. She's and I was curious about especially one, but I mentioned two numbers, and basically she said, I'm not going to look, and I don't have it. He does. And then she said it's pretty rude to ask. Now this was a little bit before the funeral, and it hadn't been super long. And when I look back at it, I mean, I'm thankful that she looked past it and I was allowed to be at the funeral because it really was a small thing. But when I think back about it, I kind of also kind of feel like, yeah, maybe it was a little bit, especially given who he was, or who the person was I was asking about, and basically how, like I say, the mother of her ex, but basically, yeah. So it's kind of like, but there was something else that weirdly transpired. So I there's a part of me that still wants to ask that, especially since now I can't be forbidden from going to the funeral because I went to it. And then I saw this movie. It had a lot of coincidences, but the funeral scene was like this redneck, no offense, redneck. Say that, but and it was just like crazy. But it was also a movie. But sometimes movies are meant to feel real, and there's always something people are going to relate with. But basically, I have since typed up a message. I was trying to nap, and I got up, I typed it. Now it's just a matter of if I send it. Saying my condolences. I hope he doesn't believe in death overnight. But saying my condolences. Mentioning how he posted at the top of his partner who passed away's page, asking who memorialized the page. And it's mentioning how it's only visible on a computer. I've noticed tribute pages are visible on the cell phone. One of them, I can't remember who it was. I don't even know if it was someone I knew, or because I did find out one of my American friends a number of years ago. I wasn't that close with him, but passed away. But in kind of sad way, where he collapsed on the ground, his cats were there and this that. Anyway, but basically, I can't find a picture for him or Gary Stenson. Anywho, so basically, but yeah, to also remember to say don't remove this, because so far she hasn't seen it, and I want to make sure she does. But then would they listen? When you bring it up, But if I don't bring it up, they might remove it. So just kind of from where you're tuning in, basically, yeah. I have a talented voice for healing, motivating singing, and I don't want to waste it. But basically, yeah. So it's kind of like. So the one thing is that Oh, so yeah. So you can see tribute in regular, but on hers you can't. It just says remembering see messages, but there's no different tabs so you can see the post. That's some other notification that just came in. Anyway, it is very warm up here, even though I didn't think the heat was on, and I want to get back down to talking and I want to do stuff. But yeah, basically, so I was thinking of messaging something, but then I don't know if something weird is happening with her account or what. Like Facebook wouldn't know unless you told them that this person has passed away. Um, but this is not her account. This is his. But he posted at the top of her page. So and I haven't said who, but basically, yeah. And then the sister put a like to it. And why would she be liking who made the memorial page and that it's only visible via a computer? Like, I think she's liking it because she'd like to know as well. So, I mean, I realized that she has more family than the ones I knew about. And I only kind of, well, I think I did know about him for a while, but never met him or anything. I knew the sister. But, as the funeral approached and added and this and that, I learned about the dad and the uncle. Sounds like her mother's still living, but she didn't speak. I don't know. Point of the matter is that so it might be a bigger family than I realized, and the ones that I know about may not be that close with each other. Um, I think that it's nice when a page is memorialized and tributed. Um, I hope they keep it as that, and that's not a big deal. But I actually had her on my old account, so I mean, but I can, if I so desire, tag her in a post if ever I think to, and that would go to her wall as a public. If I made it public, and if I didn't, then whatever. But I don't have a lot of contacts, so but can I? But yeah, so basically, I kind of want to ask. I know I'm doing this now, even though it's kind of late, but it's late. But tomorrow I'll look into it. Phone call. I mean, some stuff came up, but honestly, more about the funeral, about my worker, and a little bit about her, but and a little bit about my anxiety before the funeral, but not. I did say something about it a little soon, and it is. I could say, I'm grieving this too. I am. Um, I guess differently than her partner would be, but we don't need to compare, right? But like I say, there's just no other way necessary. Well, except for a couple people I did message, but it's been like almost 2 weeks, and they haven't noticed, and I'm not in the list, so it would take longer, perhaps. Depends. Sometimes message requests go in the general inbox. Sometimes they go in the other spot. Unless you're in the habit of checking the other spots, you don't know, right? But yes, it's for. But yeah, so basically, they might be going to visit it every now and then, wondering if they missed anything, whatever. But I'm sure that they also have a lot of people. Funerals do that. They be giving you food, flowers, hugs. Condolences, comments, get-togethers. Like sometimes that stuff just amps up when something like that happens, and so they're probably getting their share of it, not looking at the obit. And like I didn't get notification that that person had commented me back. It was simply because I went and looked again. So yeah, basically, but that's what I want to ask. Say my condolences. We just said about the grieving thing, maybe, and then, but again, is it can't safe. But then also, say, please keep that up. She hasn't seen it yet. I don't know when she's gonna see it. I just really would appreciate that just staying there. Um, I can message the funeral home and request to remove it once we've made the connection. But then that's bringing up this person to him, which is where I would almost feel like it would be better to ask the sister. But it was under my name, and because I was worried that she was madder at me than maybe she was. But then also, yeah, I think that was the main reason. However, even though he didn't have a lot of contacts and that, he made the post about Massey. So he might be somewhere online. I could message Alan, maybe. I think that was the uncle. But yeah, and then sorry about the noise there. As far as if you, and then yeah, the tribute thingy page and thing. Not right now, I don't think. Um, Now, I got that light on. I remember EMS once kind of broke it when it's either so yeah, but so yeah, my main goal is getting my number. Honestly and truly, I mean, yeah, I mean, lots of people are giving condolences, just saying, "Oh, she was so young," blah blah blah, you know. And as far as the business, but my page, I don't know, it is what it is, you know. One thing I do want to start doing, I thought of it in a way of self discovery somewhat, but is things that I would like to be in my reality, write them creatively as if they were. You know, it's maybe still going to be a little bit sad if certain things aren't in real life, but I could publish it maybe at some point, but at least get my heart and feelings out and experience it through creative writing, even if it's typed. And but sometimes when I'm trying to fall asleep or whatever, I'll lay there thinking, it's like if I think too much into this, then it's already happened in my mind. So essentially, it's already happened for me. And because sometimes a lot of things seem to not happen, I sometimes think that's why. Um, so I don't know. I guess it's kind of similar to that, but it's also very hard for me and painful, kind of in some ways, that the things aren't happening. Certain things. So if I can make them happen even fictionally for myself, and it's not like I haven't waited either. You know what's so annoying? Well, again, she seemed happy to hear from me, but like she responded, and I happened to notice like later the day of the funeral or the next day, and I came back. It must be so warm out there, but it's close to the window. And I came back, and yeah, and she said, "Lovely to hear from you. The last past year has been hard, although this was like the top of this year. So that's yeah, and all love and happiness." When I said I've been thinking about you, I'd like to get back in touch. Maybe she was a little bit surprised because she was a very, very kind person. And I certainly met her a few times. In fact, I met her the day I met Ray. I met her first because we picked her up to bring her to work. Uh, uh, Bobby. So, I mean, but, and I mean, I maybe she knew Paul from the place where the groups were at because she had to, unless I told her some stuff that I don't remember having told her and she felt bad the first time she met him. It caught him off guard, but she's just kind of that way. But I don't know. Maybe she was kind of surprised it doesn't feel the same. But was being nice. I don't know, or I don't know. But it did sound like she was going through a lot. But yeah, so she didn't give her information, so I put my email address. But as far as whether to contact the late partner or the partner remaining on this plane because of the worry about the security of the cow, I don't know. But I'm going to do other things now. I'm getting a bit congested and warm. But I forgot the dog wasn't here. But yeah, and we'll see that's that. So, they have it. This phone's been in here the whole time.